Hello everyone! Chapter 4 Polynomials, Long Division. This is Miss Ozier.
And Miss Lahar.
And here we go.
Let's take a trip back to memory lane.
When you had to divide 2010 by 3. Now, in order to do this, you had to say, does 3 go into 2? Nope. Does 3 go into 20?
Yup.
6 times. And then you would do 6 times 3 is 18.
And then you would subtract the 2.
Yep.
And then you bring it on down.
Bring it on down. And then you say, does 3 go into 2? No. Does 3 go into 21? Yes, 7 times. And the 0, and the 0, and the 0.
There you go.
Okay.
Now
we understand that you might not understand what division is, but you can do this procedure. Right now, we need you to be able to do this procedure.
Yep. With polynomials and x's.
Ooh. You can read this.
Yep.
This is an aid for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the exact same process that just happened. We got some pretty little markings already there. It's like foreshadowing. It's exciting. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're gonna have x minus 3 going into this large 5th degree polynomial.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're dealing with long division of polynomials, you focus on the first terms. So what we mean by that is the x and the 10x to the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
They have to be in standard form in order for this to work.
Yep.
Okay.
And everybody has to be accounted for. So we have a 5th degree, a 4th degree, a 3rd degree, a 2nd degree, a 1st degree, and a constant term. So everybody's accounted for. So I don't need any placeholders.
Right. If this didn't exist, we would need to put a minus 0x cubed in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you can either say to yourself, x goes into 10x to the 5th, 10x to the 4th times,
Mm-hmm.
or you can say, all I'm really doing is doing this divided by this.
Yep.
And that's 10x to the 4th.
Okay, so this is where the 3 comes back in. So we don't ignore the negative 3. We just don't use it at first. So you go through and you multiply. Now this is important. You need to subtract what you multiplied, so you're going to change both of the signs. It's a binomial, so you have to distribute the negative, so that's why you change both the signs.
Right, so you can either multiply it through and then subtract and change both the signs, or you can just say, I know I have to change the signs and do it right when you're going.
Okay, so then you add down and you drop the next term. And now it's just the repeat process over and over.
So x and 8x to the 4th. So 8x to the 4th divided by x is 8x to the 3rd.
It's a positive, so we're going to put a plus 8x cubed.
Perfect.
You go through and multiply and change both those signs. So originally it would be 8x, to the 4th minus 24x cubed, but we change both those signs. And then you subtract down and bring on down the next term.
And now x goes into 2x thirds, 2x squared times, or again, you can do the work on the side.
Yep.
Either way, we're going to get 2x squared, multiply it through.
Oh, that should be a negative. That's why that red spot's in there.
Foreshadowing, people.
Foreshadowing. So you change both those signs and you add down and you get 4x squared, drop down the negative 20x, and then you do it again.
Right, so we didn't show it over here like x, 4x squared, it's 4x.
It's probably
so
gonna
4x
pop up.
times x is 4x squared.
It'll pop up, I guarantee. I bet. It's just not ready yet.
4x times negative 3 is 12x. Switch your signs.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, so 4x, and then we're going to do it one more time. How many times does it's going to come up?
Okay, so when you get here, you guys know this, okay? X goes into negative 8x and negative 8 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Distribute it through, you get positive 8x minus 24. You have a remainder. We don't write remainder R6. That's not cool.
That's elementary.
That's not hip, okay? You write it as 6 over x minus 3. Because it was a positive 6, we write plus 6 over x minus 3.
So your whole answer is 10x to the 4th plus 8x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8 plus 6 over x minus 3.
Woo! You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
Now, this is what we were kind of talking about last time. You need a placeholder for this one. I always just go through and I say, okay, am I in standard form? Yes. And then I say 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I don't have a 3, so I know I need a placeholder.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then again, it's just the same method. You take x to the 4th divided by x, you get x cubed. You multiply through, changing both the signs, add down, and then drop down the next one, and then keep going. Negative 2x cubed divided by x is negative 2x squared. You go through and multiply, changing both the signs. And negative 5x squared, you drop down the negative 17x. You do it one more time. Negative 5x, you put it up there. You multiply through. Again, changing both the signs. Negative 7x.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Are we going to have a remainder?
We have a remainder. It's negative 3. So this is where you have to be careful. You write minus 3 over x plus 2.
Or plus a negative, whichever works.
Right.
I think I wrote it in both forms.
Yes, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
As long as there's a negative there, we're good. right.
I think there's one more example.
So just we wanted to remind you, like that's why that placeholder is important. Otherwise, you'd be like 9x squared minus 2x cubed. I'm so confused. Don't confuse yourself. Okay, I know what the remainder is going to be. So be careful. Let's go through it again.
This was not in standard form.
It wasn't in standard form, and I need a placeholder. So I should be x cubed minus x plus 1. And I need that x squared placeholder. So x goes into x cubed, x squared amounts of times. Multiply that through. So this is showing it a little bit of a different way where you can just do that and then you can negate. Okay, bring it down, and you're at x squared.
Drop down the negative x.
Bring it on down.
Some people like to drop it all down. I just drop one term at a time.
It's fine.
Whatever works.
So x goes into x squared x amounts of times. Multiply it back through. You get x squared minus x. Both of those cross out, you're left with a 1. So your remainder here would be not R1. That's not cool. You're going to rewrite it as this, the 1 over the x minus 1, which is why we scribbled it out up there.
And that's long division. It's scary and intimidating at first, but once you get the process, it's the same process over and over. You just have different numbers.
Once you get it, you're like, I got this.
Yep. I like it. It's fun.
Have a wonderful day, and we will see you in class.
There we go.